Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of the Between Two Tales podcast. This is episode 21. My name is Kevin. I'm joined by my co host Dave. Welcome back to all of our loyal viewers. And of course, welcome to all the new viewers we've gotten over the past week. So, Dave, if you guys don't know, Dave, why don't you let them in on what we do here?
Yes. For all of you joining us for the first time, what you're about to witness is a story created from 5 random generated words. They're not pre-generated. You're going to watch Kevin generate them on the screen, and then we have to come up with a story using those words. We decided to make it a bit harder on ourselves, and we're going to have 2 images that we need to somehow incorporate into this story, and we also have a clock. An hour and 30 minutes in order to get our story, outlined. The whole point of this is just to show that from random images and words, a whole story could be outlined in that time frame. It won't be perfect, absolutely not, but it'll give you a good starting point, and that's kind of the point here. And we're also here to have fun and create a story. And Kevin, once we're done, I know you're going to do something special.
Yes, so we're going to see how we test against the AI overlords. We're going to put the same prompts and themes that we get into ChatGPT just so we level the playing field and see what kind of story ChatGPT comes up with compared to ours. So far, we're 21 episodes in. We've won 20 episodes already. We don't know what's going to happen at the end of this one, but ChatGPT is getting a little bit better. Last week, it generated a decent story, even though there was kind of wild in some parts, but it's getting better. It's getting better. So we'll see what we match up with today. Actually, the funniest part is last week, ChatGPT came up with its best story.
Yeah.
But we also came up with one of our own best stories, too. So, yeah, we came to play.
Kevin, I also want to point out, since this is episode 21, I'm not going to lie, when you said this is episode 21, second thing that came to my mind was, can you do something for me? And so we might need to incorporate Drake and 21 into this story.
21 Savage.
21 Savage into this story.
21 Savage is one of the main characters.
I won't hold us to it, but it may be something funny. We haven't made a comedy. Now that I think about it.
Let me try to think. Let me try to cycle through some of our stories.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Think of like one of them Adam Sandler comedies or something like this. I don't know, but that's just throwing some stuff out there. Let's see what these words tell us, because it may dictate something else.
That's right. All right, now let's generate our words.
Yes.
All right, let me share my screen.
Putting it out there is going to be like 21 Savage. Like, oh, that's just so random.
Maybe they're at a 21 Savage concert. I don't know. All right, so we're going to generate our words. Let's see here. Expenditure.
Okay, there it goes. It shows
Smoking some herb. Expenditure, herb. Soprano. Disagree. Expenditure, wage. Herb. Soprano. And disagree. Well, they definitely got to be smoking some herb. That's definitely how we should use that word. Mr. Tony Soprano in here too.
Good.
All right, so let's generate our pictures now. First picture.
What? Oh, for a second there.
Okay, so it's a daisy, a flower, basically.
Flowers.
Yeah,
Okay.
flowers.
Flowers in bloom.
I'm hoping for something extremely random to make things interesting. And I got it. A purple teddy bear. All right. Okay, so
purple teddy bear.
5 words: expenditure, wage, herb, soprano, disagree. And the 2 images we got were a flower and a purple teddy bear. And that's for everyone that's listening in and can't see our screen. All right. Well,
interesting indeed. And the clock has started for an hour and 30.
90 minutes.
Okay. I think for a couple things here, It looks like a lot of these words are around payment, expenditure, wage. Wage also could be like wage war, right? Soprano, yeah, I mean that's the guy's last name. There's also like the singing voice.
Oh, I thought it was like piano keys or something. Hold on.
I think it's like not a tune, but
Yeah, you're right. It's singing voice, the highest of the four standard singing voices.
it's some kind of, well, I'm not sure what it's called, but I guess it's like soprano is, it's probably a term. It's probably not called singing voices, but it's probably a term that's like for all the different voices.
Well,
And then you have soprano, you know.
it says that it's the highest voice,
Yeah. So then we have herb,
high like a high vocal range, basically.
herb. We have flowers in bloom, which also can coincide with herb, right? So we have, you know, a plant pretty much. And then
That
this
they
blue.
smoke or use as medicine.
That's right.
Yep. So we got the purple teddy bear,
I think
which
we should use it in a sense that's like so random, like something's going on that's like serious, and then someone offers a purple teddy bear or something like this, and it's like, what the hell are you giving me this for? You know, something random.
I was thinking
Like
maybe a
maybe a cartoon.
character is dressed like a purple teddy bear
It could. I mean,
in whatever story that we
it
end up
would.
making.
Yeah. I mean, okay. That purple teddy bear in this story is going to be so random to use, and I think it should be like it's comedic relief in a sense. Okay. Nothing is really jumping out, but I still want to somehow tie this into, like, okay, imagine, so all this AI stuff is going coming out with Drake, right? Like his songs, right? Or you know, not his songs, but AI songs. I imagine there being some kind of like conversation happening that we just don't know about because of all this crap. And it'd be funny if it led to something ridiculous. And I'm almost treating it like, you ever seen that show Dave? Yeah, I'm like, I'm I'm approaching it with the lens of like, don't, it shouldn't take itself too seriously,
Right, right.
but there's like a drama here that could be funny.
Let's see. All right.
And that's where I'm like, purple teddy bear, like someone's dressed up as one, someone gives him one, like, you know, he's walking by and someone's like, "Yo, sign this," and it's like a purple teddy bear, like, or keep it or whatever. And he's just like, why do I want? I don't want this. But maybe in the AI song, it references a purple teddy bear, and then it's actually
Hmm.
like makes him angry.
Now that I'm thinking about it, since I was just talking about the the character being dressed up as a purple teddy bear, maybe and AI songs. I'm thinking about like Marshmello, for example. He's just in
Oh,
that marshmallow helmet and he makes these songs. So maybe the our DJ dresses up in a purple teddy bear. No one knows who he is, and he's using AI to generate all these like features from these gigantic artists. So like he has a song with Drake, and if we want to make it funny, he can make a song with Tupac. But he's using AI to generate all these features for his songs, and he's getting his name out there
okay.
as this purple teddy bear DJ,
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
and no one knows who he is. They just know him as this purple teddy bear,
Yeah, and then so maybe,
and
you
the
know, this
music labels come after him.
exactly right. Like, so he's doing well. It can't be the music labels because it's not underneath any music label per se, but they, you know, they're representing their artist. How, so I'm thinking not just the music labels, but some of like the artists are like trying to come after him. Well, he, so basically this is a story of a DJ trying to, on his comeuppance, he's trying to work his way through, and then it's like
Yeah,
he gets
maybe
found out.
he's a normal DJ that's just scraping by. He's playing
Yeah,
small gigs and whatever.
yeah,
Then he sees like an AI software that can replicate a
right, right.
voice, and he's like, "Oh!" And he has this idea. He's like, he pulls out, goes to a costume store, sees the purple teddy bear costume, is like, "Yes, this is it."
Is just outlandish enough to where people are like, "What?" The curiosity of it brings people in, and then he starts playing these songs, and the people are like, "I don't know this song, but it's Drake, you know, or it's
And it sounds good because he's probably like
whoever, you
talented.
know." Right. all right. So like, if we were to have a story for this DJ, so the story is kind of like beginning, scraping by, struggle. It goes from struggle to idea of
Oh, and how he
like,
makes money. Maybe how he makes money is because you can't make money off the streams because that's those aren't real features. But maybe he makes money from like live streaming concerts or something. Live
yeah, I
streaming
mean,
him DJing or
maybe
something.
he's on the tube, on YouTube or whatever, and he has his own boiler room set up, and like that's how he starts. So he gets the idea. It's on the internet. He has his whole setup, right? Boiler room setup, and he's just pumping out music, and then someone
Yeah,
had
let's say he makes one song and he just releases it on social media and it goes viral,
yeah,
like those AI generated songs. He's like, oh, let's make more.
right,
He starts making, he chooses Drake,
everyone,
21 Savage, maybe a bunch of other artists.
right.
Halsey.
But from there, I'm thinking it would kind of go. I can almost see like two different perspectives happening at the same time. So one is the DJ and one is like of the artist or whatever artist. So like as a DJ, so for the DJ at this point, song goes viral. One of the artists, well, this you say Drake because we keep saying his name. Drake. It's like imagine Drake's reaction to this as people are like sending him a text, being like, "Yo, this is your new song." Like, I didn't know you were dropping a new hit. And he's like, "What are you talking about, man? Like, my new song doesn't drop till X." And then like, because he did drop a new song, and then it's like, okay, let's just say for some reason people preferred that. Not for some reason, but people prefer the AI song over the song that he actually dropped. And so so he's starting to get tight because he's starting to take a hit. And you can see like it starts the game and the boiling starts, and then this DJ keeps like going up and up.
Yeah, he's getting more plays than the regular Drake song.
Someone has to invite him to something.
Well, they can't know who he is. They're gonna trap him, or maybe they try to
Yeah,
trap
but maybe that's the point. This man has to run for his life.
him. That'd be pretty funny. Yeah, we'll have to figure out why, like, what gets him in trouble.
Right. But I think for this story, like it needs to borderline on the absurd. Like
Yeah.
something that could happen, but it's just like
All
borderline absurd.
right, we need our main character's name. Then we need his DJ name,
Okay.
the Purple Bear DJ
Yeah.
name. So I'm sure there's a DJ name generator. Yes.
Good. Is there? Okay. Here we go. Shouldn't be that surprised. Spiciness, hip hopify your name, fame.
I'm on the same one.
Are you? All right. Let's see. DJ Oddball.
DJ Bisc.
DJ Bisc. Wait, maybe it should be something similar to like his bear costume, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about like DJ Bear or something.
DJ Teddy.
DJ Teddy.
Oh man. DJ Zesty Zip. Organic Zesty Zoe.
I'm thinking this should be a play on words with Teddy Roosevelt. So Ted and then Roosevelt turned into something musically, but I don't know what. Teddy.
Now I gotta think of like Teddy Roosevelt and like things about him. Wasn't he like an adventurer as well, like a hunter and
Well, it just needs to be a play on his name.
Theodore Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, Teddy Rez, Teddy Rose, DJ Teddy Rose.
DJ Teddy Rose. That's not too bad.
I was having too much fun with this. DJ Teddy Rose. I mean, that sounds pretty smooth.
All right, we'll go with that. DJ Teddy Rose, or just Teddy Rose.
I mean, it's Teddy Rose, but when they announce him, they're gonna be like, "All right, welcome your DJ."
Yeah.
DJ Teddy Rose, and it's out there.
Teddy Rose. Now, what is our character's real name?
Real name. Now that's the real question, isn't it? Let's see. Let's see. Name generator.
Teddy Rose. Teddy Roselet. DJ Teddy. DJ Teddy Rose. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
DJ Teddy Herb.
So we got DJ Teddy Rose. We just need a name, like a real name. I mean, if he's going by, well, it's a teddy bear, so it's fine. The real name could be something completely different.
Yeah, it could be different.
Ralph Burr,
Mike.
Doug Atkins. That's a name, Doug. You know, that's not a name you hear anymore, really. You know, I got a cousin
Doug.
named Doug, but like, he's the only Doug I know.
The cartoon Doug?
Well, in real life, but yeah, there's also Doug in the cartoon. You know another Doug in real life?
Yeah, I do know one. Only one.
Only one. But how many Mikes and Alex can you name?
That's true. So we got Doug, our
Doug,
gig DJ, who finds a way to make it big.
Doug. We'll just focus on Doug. We don't even need to worry about last name.
Nah, he's just Doug.
But if we do use the last name, it'll be Knight with a K. Yes, it's
Doug,
happening. Other characters, Drake.
Drake, and other artists, whoever we come up with. All right, so here's what I was envisioning the opening scene.
Uh huh. Go ahead.
Doug and his friend Dave are just high as hell on their couches in Doug's apartment.
Uh
They're
huh.
just talking about some crazy things, some high thoughts. Maybe they have a disagreement.
Uh huh.
Start knocking out some of these words. They have a disagreement on who's the best rapper right now. Maybe Doug says it's Drake. Maybe Dave says it's man. Who I don't know who else
I mean, maybe he thinks the best rapper. I mean, maybe he thinks it's Kendrick.
or Kendrick, or they just have an argument over just music stuff in general.
Yeah.
Maybe it'd be like
Or he's
Doug
like,
could be the
maybe he
best
thinks
voice ever.
you know?
Maybe Doug's like, the best voice ever has to be Freddie Mercury from Queen. And then Dave's like, nah, it's definitely Post Malone. So it's just like a ridiculous argument because they're both high. And then Dave's like, yo, I got to show you something freaky. And he shows him this AI software that can replicate his voice. And then they play with it. And he's like, how freaky is that? And then Doug's like, man, that is kind of weird. And
So,
then
yeah.
he gets, he's stoned. He gets this idea. He's like, oh, what if I can replicate an artist and just write a verse for them and have them just rap it out, or any artist, and he makes a song with it.
Good. I'm all, something like that would need to happen. I'm also thinking about like sequence of events. Does that need to happen before we kind of see his Doug's like overall living situation, like how he's getting down? Because we could have that, and then after we could kind of see more like his living situation, him trying to make songs or whatever, and everything is just kind of not working out.
Yeah, we should.
And like this idea is just kind of just like it's interesting, but whether or not it's gonna pop off into anything is a whole nother thing.
Yeah, maybe he's getting high with his buddy, just talking about music stuff in the beginning,
Yeah.
just so we can have an idea of just his character and his living situation there. And then maybe his phone goes off and he realizes he forgot he had a gig, and he's a DJ for a high school prom. So he's running towards there while high, and he's got to get all set up and stuff, like trying to hide the fact that he's high out of his mind.
For these little kids, that's right.
And he's playing. He starts playing. Maybe he plays one of his songs. He tries to sneak one of his songs in there, and the kids are like, "This is garbage."
All right. So Doug is his name is Cole. Doug is with his friend Cole.
Smoking some herb.
They are smoking some herb. Cole tells Doug he needs to, What do people talk about when they always talk about this kind of thing, right? They need to continue on. They need to keep fighting for their art because maybe
maybe Cole.
like he's like, I don't know, man.
Maybe Cole. Doug starts questioning himself. He's like, man,
Right.
maybe I should get a real job or something. And Cole's like, nah, man.
Right.
I saw this motivational speech earlier by this guy named Gary V. He said, you got to keep going.
That's right.
You got to keep going. You got talent, man. You got this. You just got to keep doing it. You got to keep hustling.
What if you become 60? You're still young. Keep going, man.
Yeah, you could sell this apartment and sleep on park benches. You just got to keep hustling. And then Doug's like, Doug's like, you know what, Cole? You right. He's like,
That's
you know,
right.
when I get signed to a label one day and become a multi-platinum artist and millionaire, I'm gonna bring you along with me, and we're gonna conquer the world together. And Cole's like,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
So we're talking about the dreams. Doug tells Cole when he gets there, he will be there, be his right hand. We're gonna do it big.
Cole's gonna be his hype man.
That's right. Okay. Then Cole,
Then
not Cole's, Doug's.
Doug gets a text on his phone. He looks at it.
Well, his phone starts going off like a phone call. It's probably folks who are older, right? They're like, where are
It's
you?
probably like the principal of the
Right.
school.
The Doug's phone
He looks
goes
at it. He's like,
off.
missed call from.
He has now he needs multiple, bro. He has 7 missed calls from a school number. Oh shit! I forgot.
He's
I
like,
have to
man, what does this principal want?
have
Why does he keep calling me? He's like, oh
to do
shit,
a not prom, but like they usually have these other events.
homecoming.
Yeah, yeah. Why not?
Doug runs out the door. He sprays himself with some. No, he sprays himself with some Axe body spray to
Not the
hide
axe.
the herb. He says, he asks Cole, "Yo, do my eyes look red?" And Cole's like,
But
"Yo, they're as red as the devil." When he puts some eye drops in his eyes, and Doug's like, "Yo, bro, I gotta run to a gig. You mind just chilling here, and I'll be back in like a couple hours or something." He's like, "Play some PS5 or something." And Cole's like, "Yeah, no problem, bro." Doug is running out
he
the
runs out
door.
the door into his beater. Speakers and turntables, all this stuff is in the back, right?
Yeah, he's got everything in a bag.
He pulls off.
He's trying to hail for a taxi,
Now he has a
but
beater, bro. He's gonna run into his car.
oh,
Just
he
like
has a
a look.
car. All right.
Yeah, yeah. Turntables, all that stuff in the back, like the back seat. Pulls off hard. All right. We arrive at the school. He enters the gym, and everyone's just staring at him as is dead silent.
Now maybe they're in the middle of like the speech or something. He just marches in, and he's like, "Oh,
Nah, man, this man has to be beyond late. Like he should have already been playing. He should have. One kid has music coming from his phone, dancing in the corner. Now you know what it is. One kid is rapping. There's always that kid that thinks that they're about to become the next big rapper, right? Rapping to the school. No one is messing with it.
So Doug walks in. The principal
Yeah.
scolds him, lectures him.
Doug begins. Yeah, here's the even funny, right? So Doug begins to set up. Principal comes over late, like when you were in school, huh?
Oh, so this is old school.
Yeah. Come on, Doug. Come on, Doug. Get it together.
Nothing's changed, huh, Doug?
You're an adult. You're an adult now.
Doug's like, I'm sorry, Mr. Franklin.
That's right. Sorry, Mr. Franklin. Won't happen next time. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Okay. All right. So we have this little sequence.
And now he's got to hype up everyone to dance.
Right. So Doug is ready. Doug is ready to Doug begins to play music. He hops on the mic and begins the hype.
Begins hyping up the kids.
The kids, we're going to do some time jumping a little bit here, but the kids slowly begin to bop and come out to dance. Teach some teachers running around with a ruler, pushing kids apart when they are too close. Hey man, I've seen it. I've had that happen when they're too close. Right. All right. So Doug
Arm's
is.
length.
That's right. I forgot what they used to say was the length, but they used to be like
Arm's length.
stick their arms out. And,
Yeah.
oh man, Doug is jamming. All right. Let me just see.
He's playing some mainstream music.
That's
And
right.
he's like, yeah, let me slip in my track
The
next.
mainstream kids are loving it. Then Doug plays his own track.
Yeah, this reminds me of the time at my pharmacy formal in college.
Oh,
There's a DJ playing some music, and he was playing some hardcore rap music. And
hmm
all the teachers were, and all of us were there. We were just laughing because he was playing like that song, My Ninja, My Ninja. And he was just blasting that. And me and my buddies were just laughing our head off. So all these teachers were staring at him.
what are they gonna do? Everyone in there is an adult. I mean, oh man, that's exactly what's going on here. Doug, all right, now that you brought that up, Doug,
Oh, maybe he's playing like some like PG-13 music. You can't
right?
play
No,
like
well, he's playing mainstream, but it's like
pop music.
well, they also have the versions that aren't explicit,
Oh, okay.
right? It's like dubbed and whatever. So he's playing the mainstream dubbed or clean. That's what it is. The mainstream clean versions. Kids are loving it. Then Doug plays his own track, and
That's
yes,
very that's
it's
full of vulgarity.
I guess it's explicit. Is it? Not only is it whack,
All the kids just stop. They're all staring at him.
but the
The
words
teachers are all staring at him.
coming out of his should he perform it or play it?
Nah, he should play it, but he's into it. Like, he's just bopping, but he doesn't realize everyone's just staring at him. And then some kid starts this whole thing. He's like, "Boo!
So
Play
not only is
something
it
else.
whack, but
This
the
song
words coming
sucks."
out of his mouth is terrible. The adults panic. The kids begin to boo. Play 21. Play 21 Savage. Kid yells out.
Maybe the song is like very, it's like some sexually explicit
Oh,
lyrics.
it's going.
The kid's like, "Eat what like groceries?"
Oh man, I'm gonna put that in here. You wet like groceries? Looking at the principal.
Hmm.
It's gonna freak. Oh man, the night's over.
The kid's like, "What's a Miss Mrs. Turner? What's a wop?"
She don't even know. The night's over. The kids are leaving upset.
Principal's like, gives Doug his pay. He's like, "Here's $20." He's like, "But
He says, Doug. Says Doug. This is the last wage you'll see.
now he only gives him half his money because he showed up late."
Oh, he's gonna yeah. This is the last wage you'll see from us. You got to work wage in there.
Or is the principal cool with Doug?
Nah,
Gives him his full. No,
nah.
all right.
He goes, "This is the last wage you'll see from us." Right? He's kind of shooting it down like any opportunity in the future. Doug looks at the money. It's half the agreed upon.
He's like, "Yo, Mr. Franklin, this is only half." He's like, "Well, you only played half a show."
Doug disagrees with the principal. Look at that, 3 words. That he should receive the full pay because he has rent due, which is
Expenditures.
he has expenditures. Come on, Mr. Franklin, I got expenditures.
Yeah, I got rent. And Mr. Franklin's like, "Well, I think you should get a second job, son."
I think you should get yourself a real job, son. You're not very good at this.
Damn.
Come on, Mr. Franklin, I have expenditures. I have rent to pay. Mr. Franklin, sorry, Doug. Maybe it's time for a real job. A real J
It's
O
time to be a
B.
grown up.
Doug at this point has been demolished. Okay? This man is hurt, been told to get a real job. And just so you know, we use the word herb, wage, expenditure, and disagree. So we still have soprano.
Soprano.
Soprano, yeah. So that's something. All
Well,
right.
he's got to go back home. Maybe he's talking with his buddy, and maybe that's where we could start talking about Sopranos or whatever. Maybe even the TV show.
Exactly. Doug gets home and finds Cole watching
Watching the Sopranos.
The Sopranos. Yeah.
Yeah. And Cole's like, "Yo, have you ever seen this show?"
Like, bro, it's old, bro. What are you talking about?
It's like, "Yeah, man. It's
It's been
old."
out. It's been out for years.
And Doug's like, "It's time. Roll the burrito." And Cole rolls the fattest joint you ever did see, and they just fry themselves. Cole smokes away his sorrow. That's what he needs right now.
Hold on, I got yeah, dude. It's old as hell. Cole saying Cole will reply. Oh, I didn't know. How was the show? Terrible. And we can riff off of that, but terrible. Let's smoke it up. Right? This
Mm-hmm.
dialogue is terrible, but whatever.
Doug tells Cole to roll the burrito. And then Cole pulls out a jar full of weed and makes this fat joint.
So Cole makes a fat joint, but well, like, all right, so he does that. Okay, so he does that, and he goes, "Yo, have you heard of this AI stuff?" Right? So they have to start the conversation.
Yeah.
Doug, yeah, man, but so what? Cole explains how it can impersonate a voice, right? So the crew, so the two test the AI, like AI voice on. All right, so they go to test the AI voice, and they're like, "Who should we do?" And he's like, "Drake." Other one's like 21 Savage. He's like, "Bro, Drake's way better." So they have a little back and forth. So the two,
Well, they should test it on themselves first, just to play with
okay,
it.
test on themselves. So the two of the tests AI voice on themselves.
They just say stupid shit. They're like,
Hey, no, you know what? Like maybe he like tries to test it off of his own raps. Like so he's like his own voice, his own raps. He's like maybe it can generate more songs for him.
yeah.
And it does better, right? If it can make better songs for him. The AI version is better,
Then they do 21 Savage or Drake thing.
right? So Cole asks, who else? Doug wants Drake. Cole wants 21. They argue for, whatever. It's a little stupid argument, but Drake is picked. Doug just kind of forces it. They make,
Maybe Doug writes a quick verse. It's like a
okay.
stupid verse.
Well,
Like,
yeah. So they make an AI Drake song, like all that entails, right?
yep.
And they
It
think it's
says it perfectly.
it's dope, right? So now they're like, all right, have this song. Do you think he'll try to like release like all right, so he has his AI song too. Do you think he'll try to like release that song first and be like, you know what, let me see if I get more people interested? I think they can put it out there thinking like,
Well, the snippet. So they just created a snippet of a Drake song, right?
yeah,
So he can release that out, and it just goes viral. Like
okay.
everyone's like, "Oh, who's wait,
So
who's this Drake's? Look, have you checked out this new Drake song?"
oh wait, I forgot something. Hold on. So when he goes I'm reading. Oh, I went up again to like add this little thing, and I'm reading it. It's eat what like groceries. All right, so music comes on. The kids slowly start to bob, and all right. So when the music comes on, and he hops on the mic and begins to hype, Doug needs to say something like DJ Teddy. Does he become Teddy Rose after?
He has to become Teddy Rose when he finds the suit. I think.
Okay, okay. All right. So he doesn't even.
Yeah,
He's like, I'm DJ Doug. Something whack.
I'm DJ Dougie Fresh.
Something that he already bit on. I'm DJ Doug. Here to fill the plug. You start saying all sorts of random corny stuff. All right,
Get your hands up.
that's funny. All right, all right. So Doug releases the song online, YouTube or whatever.
And they're all high, so he forgets
You know what?
probably.
We'll put it on TikTok. Forget that. We'll make it. Put it on TikTok. What should he? You're about to say something like they're high. Like I'm thinking, like
Well,
what did they release it under? Because it
uh,
won't. It wouldn't be under like the realization happens after. So it's like, all right, what they have to release on something that like won't get them in trouble.
yeah, maybe like him and Cole discuss releasing it, and they're like, "Oh, but we can get in serious trouble for this. I'm not trying to have the music label sue me."
I got
And
it.
he's like,
You know how when you make a TikTok account, the initial
"Yeah,
time you do it just says TikTok and a whole bunch of random numbers. So maybe they just
yeah." So
open
like,
up an account and they don't even bother putting a username on it. They just put release it
yeah, they just throw up a random picture,
of
a
Drake.
still image, and just play the song
Yeah.
over it.
So Doug releases the song on TikTok.
And he forgets. The next morning, he wakes up. He looks at his phone. There's thousands of notifications off TikTok. They're baked out of their minds while they're doing
Right,
this.
right, right. So he releases a picture on it. The next morning, his notifications are going ill. He looks at it at his phone.
Snippet has 10 million views.
Snippet. Damn. It would give it like 2 mil, bro.
All right, 2 mil.
This man said 12 hours. The snippet has 2 mil views. But I mean, for anyone, but especially for him, that's major key right there. Has 2 mil views. He wakes up
He's freaking out.
and they, freak out over the success. Now, here's the thing. Oh, this is perfect because if he didn't put a name on this account, it's just like their general like account.
Yeah.
Once he becomes DJ Teddy Rose, he can just name that account and still keep the song and just name it DJ Teddy Rose and change the picture to like, a purple Teddy.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's perfect. All right.
Perfect.
So freaks out over the success. Cole tells him they need to do more.
They need to do more.
You know what? I feel like for something like this, it should just end with like, all right, so he freaks out over the success. They're like, we're gonna be rich or whatever, right? So they're just excited, right? Tells them he needs to do more, and then like we leave the story from them. We hop over to Drake, and it's like you get notifications. They're like, yo, you just released a new song, whatever, and it's like building up. Like, I didn't release anything. What's going on? Like, who is this? But it's not a threat necessarily. But it pisses him off later once his song drops, and it doesn't get the same amount of like play as like this account continues to build.
I'm wondering if he should have already had a song that dropped and it's like number one played. Now this song has dropped and it's starting to overcome his song.
Well,
And everyone's like,
we could have that like where one of his songs is ranked, and then it gets overranked by this song, but he's like, all right, whatever, it'll drop, and then he drops his new song like a couple weeks later. The good thing about Drake is that he releases songs so frequently. So then he drops his new song, and it's just like the whole game has changed on him. He thought he was just going to be like, whatever, like it's annoying, but and then he sees that like it actually impacts him even deeply when his new song drops, and so they cut
all
over,
right, so it cuts to Drake.
they cut over
Everyone's hitting him up.
to Drake. All right, we got like elaborate a little bit on this, right? Drake's mansion.
Do we have enough time?
We got 43 minutes.
Okay.
Drake's mansion with the tiger. I don't know if he has a tiger chilling on the bed. All right.
Yeah, maybe he's on vacation on a beach or something, or he could be in his mansion.
Actually, we put him on vacation because he seems to always be out on vacation.
He's on the beach, chilling.
Beach villa.
Who's one of his good friends? Lil Wayne hits him up. He's like, yo, you dropped this new hit, this new track? It's hot. It's a banger. Drake's like, what?
So he steps outside when he gets the first notification and realizes there's a bunch. Everyone saying, congrats on the new song.
It hit double platinum in a day.
Congrats to the new song. It's a banger. Drake confused.
He pulls it up.
Calls.
No, maybe his manager.
I was about to say
hits
calls
him
his
up.
manager or someone hits up somebody, but his manager and asks, what the F is going on.
No, his manager was probably like, I didn't know you had this song. I thought we were dropping whatever song he has coming up in a week. He's like,
right. So the manager says something around the lines of like, isn't this your new song? I thought you were gonna drop this in like a week, in like 2 weeks. Now we have to rush on the deliverables, right? There's always some kind of deliverable, right? Now we have to rush on the deliverables. Drake explains it's not the new song. It's not the new song.
That's not me.
Who is this? Manager says they'll look into it.
Now he pulls it up on TikTok. He
I was
looks
gonna
at it.
say,
He's like,
like, so his manager, he cuts off the phone with his manager, right? The manager's gonna look into it. He cuts off the phone. Drake looks at the TikTok account.
he's
Nothing.
like, who the fuck is user 13579?
Nothing is on it except this one video. Drake plays it and hears his voice in a banger of a song. Okay, so we have this little moment. We're setting it up. Song's supposed to drop in 2 weeks. Still gonna drop, but song's supposed to drop in 2 weeks. Banger of a song. Now we could cut it where it's just like he doesn't want to do anything, or we just leave it be. Go back to Doug and Cole, who are like, we need to continue to capitalize on this.
Yeah, so maybe now they're talking about Doug and Cole. They're talking about someone comes up with the idea that
Like you need to
maybe
brand
Doug
yourself.
should, yeah,
Yeah.
Doug should make a whole entire verse instead of a whole like entire thing instead of a snippet and put it on one of his songs. And then Doug's like, "Won't I get in trouble?" And Cole's like, "Not if you become a different person." He's like, "What if you're like Marshmallow and no one knows who you are?"
Well, yeah. All right. So Cole tells Doug he needs to create a whole new song and take the verse for his own songs, and but he will need to brand himself better than just DJ Doug. We gotta get him to get this. We gotta get him in front of this purple suit.
Yeah, so they're talking about it. They're talking about maybe Cole's referencing Marshmallow. He's like, "No one can know who you are."
That's right.
So he's like, "Let's go down to
The
a
costume
thrift
shop,
shop."
yeah, or like where they sell costumes, right? No one can know who you are, else will get sued or something, right? You gotta do it like Marshmallow.
That's right.
Doug isn't feeling it, but Cole talks him into going to the costume shop and see something. The two look around for something interesting.
They're going through different selections. First they're doing like
Maybe
maybe they
see
do
like a
start with something simple. He's like, "Why don't you put on this Jason mask?" And Cole's
he's like,
and Doug's like, "Nah,
I'm not
that's
trying to be a murderer. He's like, yo, then they see a Teletubby costume. He's like, man, I can't be rapping with some Teletubbies.
Then they find the purple bear
That's
costume.
right.
They look at each other. They're like, "That's perfect."
Well, finally, they see a purple teddy bear. Doug looks over at Cole and says, DJ Teddy Rose.
DJ Teddy Rose.
It's kind of like a montage. The TikTok account is relabeled, and the picture there.
And maybe that goes viral too. People start noticing. They're like, "Who's DJ Teddy Rose?"
That's right. So
Like
TikTok
we
account,
finally
like a
see
so montage here.
the
So
mastermind behind Drake's new song,
right,
DJ Teddy Rose.
TikTok account is really, and a picture of the Bears posted. The name change.
And it should cut back to Drake real quick. He's like, "Who the fuck is DJ Teddy Rose?"
Yeah, we'll do like a Drake one scener.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is DJ Teddy Rose? All right. So now there's about 33 minutes. So now we need to shoot him up into stardom.
Yeah, he finishes the song that he just started.
Right. So Doug finishes the song. They started. More posts are made with Drake like songs and his own song. So he has these Drake like songs being posted. It brings in the eyeballs. They're like, yo, Drake, no more Drake songs than his songs, right? Get a little bit of some action. People are like, yo, I kind of mess with this. So they're in the studio when a message is sent to Doug via TikTok. I was gonna say it's gonna be from Drake's manager, like the cease and desist type thing, but there's obviously more of a legal way of doing that. Maybe it's Drake being like, if I ever find out who you are, it's over.
Well,
So we have this thing here, like they're posting more songs, Drake like songs, whatever. Oh, you know what I forgot? we should have Drake drop his song.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think before they post more songs,
I think
Drake
we should
is
post like at least like when I say more songs, it could be like one or two, but like maybe he posts like the whole song of Drake, maybe one more other song, but then his own songs, like in his own voice. Well, because he'll have both. But the thing is, the pain for Drake is when he goes to post his own song and it just doesn't do as well, and the one that was fully posted continues to rise and like get more views. Like it's just
well, the one that he created the snippet of. He should finish that song, but it has him
yeah.
on it too, and Drake is just the feature on it.
Oh,
So the full
maybe.
version has him and Drake is a feature on it,
So maybe
and
he's
it's treating
just one song, but he's like Drake's a feature.
yeah, and then Drake is he's like, nah, this is whack. I'm gonna drop my song now. He drops it, and it peaks at number 5, not even number 2.
Drake as the feature. Okay.
Number 1 on
Drake,
Billboard.
Drake's team wants to release his actual song, and Drake agrees. They drop it.
Doesn't do nearly as well.
It's called Field of Flowers. It could be,
It could.
but we need more of a visual for that. Drake's team wants to release his actual song. They agree. They drop it.
They drop it.
Song
It doesn't do nearly as well. People are telling him that his verse on the other song was much, much better.
doesn't do as well as the AI song. People prefer that gotta be the most disrespectful thing ever. People are saying they prefer his lyrics on the AI song versus his actual. I got hurt.
Drake goes into Marvin's room.
Drake, Drake, Drake is upset and wants. Here we go. Wants to wage war. We'll use it again. Wants to wage war. Tells his manager get the lawyers on the phone.
No, they don't.
Put
The only way they know how to reach
put an
DJ Teddy
end
Rose right now
to DJ
is just
Teddy
through
Rose.
TikTok.
Right, right, right. So he's like, get the lawyers on the phone. We got to put an end to DJ Teddy Rose.
So the lawyers are messaging DJ Teddy Rose like, "We're sending you a cease and desist. Like you have to stop this now before you can get in major trouble." And DJ Teddy Rose responds with the middle finger emoji.
There you go. So the lawyers send a message via TikTok. Stop what you're doing, or else. Doug sends a middle finger emoji
He sends,
and says, "No one can stop the Teddy." All right, but they gotta like. All right, we have 27 minutes. Let's talk. Let's discuss real quick where this goes because we got all this stuff going on, and that's fine. But I think they have to like get him in a concert to lure him out or something. Well, not even like it has to be. They're not even like a big concert, but just like the fans are calling for him to DJ something live somewhere, and I don't know. Drake pulls up. Like it has to end. It has to kind of end to a funnier conclusion, but positive or negative.
maybe
The climax has to be fun.
maybe he does one of those like pop-up concerts
Yeah.
in his suit, and Drake sees it and he gets his guys to like triangulate where exactly that is, because maybe there's like a landmark in the back that they know, or like a shop that they start like googling the name of and it shows up and they find him, or at least they have an idea that he lives in whatever state he's in.
Right. I mean, he definitely needs to pull up on him. Maybe Drake gets arrested for being up a purple bear. Or like he gets arrested and on the news, you're like, this just in, rapper Drake has been arrested for being up a purple bear. And it's like someone's phone snippet of him attacking this bear. But
Oh, it'd be really funny that DJ Teddy Rose is starting to become like a inspiration to people, so people start impersonating him, buying the same teddy bear costume.
and someone else gets beat up because he thinks that
Yeah, Drake beats up the wrong people. Because you know how people dress up as
yeah.
Marshmallow too. So there's a bunch of different DJ Teddy Rose impersonators popping up, and Drake just so happens to see one. He's like, "Oh, I got him!" It's like, "Stop the car."
I don't know where that fits because like after this lawyer thing, it probably doesn't even go there, but that needs to be in there, right? Beats up the wrong, right? So he beats up the wrong, sees the person in a purple bear costume. Drake goes
Well,
to
maybe
goes to
Doug and Cole start building like a little cult, a
right.
little
Like
community.
that would kind of need to happen right before
Oh, maybe all their followers wear the purple. Maybe just a crowd of like
bear heads. Yeah,
purple bear
maybe.
heads.
So all right. So he says no one can stop the Teddy. Throws a pop up concert, nothing big, but a pop up thing. People come out. This is like the first time that he really sees it in life too. People come out wearing the purple
Purple bear head.
bear head, right? So like he gets to see like his fans, like he actually has them. He has fans and they care. Doug is feeling it or feeling it, feeling the love from his fans.
Oh, maybe should Cole be as Cole as a hype man, or should Cole be dressed up too? Because then that would be an easy
I
way.
think Cole should not be dressed up, but then I think what you're getting at is like they're gonna use Cole as a way to figure out who the hell.
Yeah, they kidnap Cole and beat him up.
Yeah, all right, I like where this is going. Wait, so Drake at that whatever point this happened, Drake goes to jail and gets his one call. He tells his manager to get him out and to kidnap the.
Well, maybe he sees a video of the pop up concert.
You're
He
right. That's
sees
what I'm
like
saying. Like whatever happens, like some stuff needs to happen before that. But he's like, kidnap the friend. We'll
he's
get
like find out who that is and get him. Yeah, I think that's funny. That's hilarious. So Drake beats up a pizza delivery guy that's dressed up as DJ Teddy Rose.
fans are filming pop up, and we see video of Cole off to the side, looking like he is like managing, really managing DJ Teddy Rose. All right, so we have this pop up. Fans are filming. We're setting ourselves up for this like little thing here. All right. And then the next kind of thing that I have, whether it fits or not at this moment, is Drake beats up the wrong DJ. So maybe
Drake's
there.
back in town.
So Doug goes live, TikTok, tells his fans he loves them. Thanks for coming out. The fans want a second show. Doug tells them one is on the way. Be on the lookout in Toronto. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout in Toronto. A pop up coming soon.
So Drake flies back to Toronto.
Drake's home, right? So he's not on vacation this whole time. Drake's team alerts him to a pop up in Toronto. Drake thinks this is personal. This is personal now. My hometown, my city, the disrespect.
So now,
We gotta put him in a field full of flowers. Maybe
so
Drake
now,
releases a diss song called "Field of Flowers," and it's like alludes to the funeral thing, being buried.
maybe I'm thinking right now is the perfect time he goes to jail. He's home,
Well, that's what I'm
and
saying. Yeah, he's gonna do this, right? So the disrespect, and then we guys gotta formulate like Drake beats up the wrong. So someone starts to DJ in the park, right?
yes, in the purple bear costume,
Right.
Drake runs over to him, kicks over his table, starts beating him up.
In the costume, right? People gather around. The message the message goes out to Drake. He's here. Get him. Oh man, Drake. So Drake shows up and kicks over this person's things.
Starts beating him up.
Starts wailing on him.
People are pulling him off, and the guy takes off the helmet. He's like,
Someone calls Drake a hater.
"No, they're filming it. They're like
Don't
filming
don't,
this."
don't be mad. The AI is better than you. The AI Drake is better than you. Drake starts
People,
beating up the fans in their purple costume.
people are filming it. Drake goes viral for beating up a bystander.
Oh my
He's
god.
getting arrested.
So, all right. Drake goes to jail and gets his one call. He tells his manager, all right, he gets his one call. The manager tells Drake in the video from the real DJ Teddy Rose, there's a man to the side of the stage. We, will find out who it is. Drake says to kidnap a friend.
We gotta teach him a lesson.
They will find out who the real DJ Teddy Rose is and teach him a lesson. Back to Doug and Cole. They are making more music when Doug finds out Drake has beaten up someone he thought was him. Doug wants to stop, but Cole says this is perfect.
It's time to release a diss track.
He's in a rap beef. This is a great way to market yourself, get more popularity.
Now they should make a song, a diss track featuring Meek Mill, AI Meek Mill.
Smith's gonna have Drake, Meek Mill against him. All right, so they say this. All right, a great way to market yourself. Blah blah. Doug creates a another track. Oh man, it's called Back to Back. Another track.
Where justice is served. Or no,
Meek Mill.
no, it's just called Drake's a Hater.
AI Meek Mill song goes number one.
And he makes merch of
Oh,
Drake's a Hater.
now here it is. Here it is. Song goes number one. Drake gets released from jail and sees people walking around with the merch. Drake's a hater. The manager tells Drake not to worry. They found out who the man next to him was. His name is Cole, and they know where he lives. About 13 minutes. We have to have Operation Kidnap Cole.
Yeah, so
And we still,
Cole,
by the way, we still have to use flowers, some kind of field of flowers.
I got it. Be
No,
funny.
he should release a song, but this song, and then have a music video. But the song is called Field of Flowers.
I have another funny
It's
way we
like
can
a
use it. We
purple
can do that
teddy
too.
bear walking in the field of flowers. I'm gonna bury you or whatever. Like most nonsensical thing you've ever seen.
We could do that too. I have another funny way of using
what's that?
flowers. So Cole's walking out, maybe he's getting food or something, and some guys come up behind him, put a bag over his head, and they rush him into a car.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. So Cole is leaving the Chinese food spot. It's always a Chinese food spot. When some men come up behind him and bag his head, push him into a car.
Cole's like, what?
Push him into a Maybach.
Cole's like, you can have my Kung Pao chicken.
Cole.
Just let me go.
Cole's probably still high. Tells him, nah, man, it's orange chicken, bro.
Oh, you want the Panda Express?
Maybe.
Him, they can have his orange chicken.
Extremely hungry. So he tells him, you can have my orange chicken.
He says, you can have my orange chicken. Just let me have one bite and let me go.
They tell him to shut the F. Give one bite of this chicken, man. Oh, all right.
So they bring him to.
Whoever sees this.
They escort him into the studio, tie him up in the chair.
And Drake is sitting there like the Don, you know what I mean? Just sitting.
Yeah, so they pull the bag off his head. He's like, holy shit, is that Drake?
Okay, so now I almost think of like a Boondocks. I don't know if you've ever seen the Boondocks.
Yeah.
All right. There's this scene with Riley and this like British dude, right? It's literally something from like any of these like mafia scenes. So this whole thing is to play like a Drake style mafia scene, right? So Drake's sitting there in the big chair, he's trying to look hard or whatever, bro.
Yeah.
Something funny is to happen or references like Drake is low key still soft though, you know what I mean? He's still Cole's gonna say, oh, it's Mr. Loverboy.
Oh, he starts roasting him.
I don't even think recognizes it as a roast. So I think he just thinks Drake goes by, Loverboy, whatever the hell he goes by.
Oh, maybe I got it. Maybe he's like, come on, man. We know you're not all about that gangster stuff, Drake. You know, you were an actor.
I used to watch you on Degrassi, bro. What are you talking?
Cole's like, we know you're not about that life, Drake. And Drake turns around. And he's like, that hurt. He's like, all right, well, let's get this guy.
Now what happens is it hurts him. So he goes, "Yeah, I used to watch you on Degrassi," and then a tear falls from Drake's eyes. Single tear that falls from his eye. So what you're gonna have is the juxtaposition of Drake crying, which is believable, and then he's gonna do some gangster shit where he's gonna be like, "Yo, who's DJ?" He's gonna be like, "Yo, who the hell's DJ Teddy Rose? This man is making AI songs about me."
Oh, so Drake, he sheds his tear. He walks up to Cole. He's like, all right, well, he's like, tell us who your friend DJ Teddy Rose is, or else. And Cole's like, man, I'm not telling you who that is. You're just mad that our songs are hotter than yours right now. And Drake's like, all right, that's how you want to play it. Takes out his phone, takes a picture of Cole. He tells one of his henchmen or whatever, he's like, Photoshop this and send a threatening message to DJ Teddy Rose.
As if he's gotten beat up.
So
They make it look like his nose is big.
the Field of Flowers thing, like the guy could send a threatening message to Doug
on TikTok,
and it's Cole in a field of flowers, like beat up with like blood all over his face.
Right.
He's like,
They're about to
we're about to put like, yeah, we're gonna put your friend
in the grave, bro. This is perfect. That's one of Drake's songs. So
we're about to put your buddy in the grave if you don't show up, and gives them an address.
That's perfect. So they take a picture of Cole and Photoshop it. This is the most Drake shit ever. Like, you don't actually hurt him, but just Photoshop it to make it look like it. So he's next to a dug grave. He says, so Cole is at least, right? So Cole
Yep.
is next to a dug grave. Drake sends a TikTok message asking for. Should he be? No. He should say like, "Come to this address." Like, why would Drake go? Yeah.
Says, "Come to this address, or else your buddy."
He's like, "Yo, come to this address, or else your buddy." It's not only money that's going to be in the grave. Your buddy's going to be up in there.
That's perfect. Yeah.
And then at the very end of that message, he goes, "All right, please." He tells Doug to come over to this address, or else like money will be in the grave, but his friend will be too. And then there's a please at the end. I don't know why we're over here punking Drake like this. To the folks listening, I don't know why we're punking Drake like this, but right now we're making up a fake story, obviously based off of AI Drake, AI Drake songs. All right, so he tells him.
Oh,
so some funny shit. He's
trying to see
when he gets to this location.
Well, there's two things. We can go the route where he shows up and tries to hand himself in, and they have to kind of escape or whatever, whatever that sequence of events looks like.
Okay.
Or Doug could play some 4D chess and tell his loyal followers that there's going to be a surprise pop-up concert at the address that Drake sent in the TikTok message, and then all these people in purple bear costumes show up.
And Drake and his crew don't know who's who as Doug conducts.
And they think Drake's a part of the concert.
This is the most absurd story ever.
That's perfect. Doug tells.
There was a pop-up concert at Drake's location.
There's a surprise pop-up concert at this location, and we have a surprise guest that will be there.
So hundreds of people,
thousands of people
dressed up as purple teddy bears arrive. Okay, you saying thousands? No, you go hundreds, man. It's a pop-up. Maybe by the end of it, thousands arrive. So 100 people dressed up as teddy bears purple teddy bears arrive. Drake and his crew.
Someone tells Drake, he's like, "Yo, you got to come out here and see this."
That's right.
Drake walks out, and the crowd just erupts because they think he's a part of this concert.
the special guest.
Yeah. And Drake's like, what the fuck?
Maybe we can make Drake rap. It feels morally obligated to satisfy the audience. All right, so the audience thinks Drake is the special guest. And they're probably like telling him to rap or something. They want him to
Tell him to rap
perform.
his verse
Oh, that's
on the AI song.
It's so messed up. They're telling him they're telling him to rap the song that's not his song.
Yeah. Well, they don't know that. They think it's him.
That's gonna make Drake cry even more, man. The audience tells him to rap the fake AI song. So all right, so at this point, Operation Save Cole
Operation Save Cole's in
is
underway.
underway. So Doug, aka DJ Teddy Rose, he's dressed up and he needs to get into this facility, right?
And yeah, he has to sneak in somehow. This would be hilarious. And we're kind of
It's okay,
yeah.
man. We already traveled down the road.
We're just beating up on Drake at this point. So he sneaks in, he frees Cole, and he maybe this place they're at has a bunch of speakers, whatever. He puts on the song. So the song comes on, DJ Teddy Rose's song with Drake. The song comes on, like it's playing, everyone's going crazy. Drake is trying to they tell Drake that the guy escaped. He's trying to like calm the situation down, and then it's time for Drake's verse to come up, and then Drake's sitting there, and then he just starts rapping it because to please the crowd.
I think for something like this, I think you're on the right path. Like it needs to end. I had two thoughts. It ends either with Drake getting beat up. I was like, this is not one of those types of films, one of those types of stories where that's really the case. But could be the case where they just end up performing like actual DJ Teddy Rose and Drake perform together. They squash whatever beef they got. Like an absurd story like this usually ends on like a happy note, even if it's illogical.
Yeah, we could do that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, that would be hilarious. So he frees Cole, he plays a song, and he comes out the door, and he's like DJ Teddy Rose, Doug. He's rapping his verse. Drake is looking at him. He's like, "What are you doing?" Everyone's cheering though, and then Drake's part comes up. DJ Teddy Rose is looking at him, and Drake just starts rapping, and then everyone's going crazy, and it just makes them feel good, and they
Yeah.
just start performing together.
All right. And here's the thing. So just so you know, timer has gone off, so we'll have to stop on that little note, and that's okay. But there's probably some more that happens after that. But it's in that finishing sequence. This whole story outline, I feel it's already absurd, but I feel like it could even be ratcheted up with a couple more passes to clean it up and like think of
Oh, it's hilarious.
think through some more stupid crap. Like this whole thing, I just can't help but just imagine like what does Drake feel about this AI, the AI version of himself, and people are like actually messing with it. So like, what happens if they was just like low key pissed off that the AI version of himself is better than him?
Oh, this is hilarious. So we just gotta come up with we have to improvise a great ending, other than unless they just squash their beef and move on. But something has to happen
No,
after
so
they squash their
so they
beef.
finish performing. You think everyone's good, and it's
Oh, I got the
something
perfect
something
way.
something needs to happen to DJ Teddy.
I got the perfect way to end.
Like, he needs to get hurt.
So they do their rap concert, their pop up concert, right? And they squash their beef. Then it just cuts to a Drake concert, like at a huge concert or whatever. And Drake's like, I got a special guest, DJ Teddy Rose. And he brings on DJ Teddy Rose, and they rap together their song that they
So you're
have
saying
officially owned together.
you're ending it. You want to end the story with more happiness. There's also the option of Drake is just pretending to do that, like just for the audience sake, so they don't hate him. And then they take DJ Teddy to the back room, and no one. Again, then at that point it gets pretty dark. I mean, maybe his crew beats the crap out of him or something, and it's just a good run. I don't know.
All right, well, how about you do the ending, and I'll let you improvise that since I improvised the last story's ending. Let's see what you got. All right, let's split up how to tell this story. I could do from beginning to once they relabel as DJ Teddy Rose,
All right.
and then from there till the end.
And I'll just take it from there to the end.
Yeah.
All right.
What an insane story. All right. For to recap for everyone, we're about to read the story. We just finished it. The 5 words that we were given were expenditure, wage, herb, soprano, and disagree. We generated 2 random images as well. One of a flower, and then the other one of a purple teddy bear. And this is our story. So it starts off Doug is in his apartment with Cole. They're high as hell, stoned out of their minds, just talking about stoner thoughts. Cole is like, yo, Doug, if a forest falls in the trees and no one there is to listen to it, does it make a sound? Doug's like, what are you talking about, bro? And then Doug's like, oh, man. And Cole asks him about his DJing gigs. Doug's like, it's going. It's not really going well, though. I might have to find a real job soon. And Cole's like, nah, man, I just heard a motivational speech from this guy named Gary Vee. He said you got to keep hustling 24/7. You know, you've only got one life. You got this. And Doug's like, you know what, Cole? You're right. We're going to keep hustling. And when I become a multi-platinum artist, you're going to be here with me along the entire way. You're going to be my hype man. And they just end on a good note and just having thoughts about that. Doug is looking for his phone, realizes he left it in his bedroom. He walks over there, turns on his phone, sees he has 7 missed calls from Principal Franklin. Doug's like, why is Principal Franklin calling me at this hour? Then he realizes he was scheduled for a gig at the local high school for their homecoming event, and he's already 30 minutes late. He's like, oh shit. He starts getting dressed, runs out his door, goes into the bathroom, takes the Axe body spray, starts spraying himself all over, trying to get the smell of marijuana off of him. Runs over to Cole. He's like, yo, Cole, do my eyes look red? Cole's like, nah, they're as red as the devil. Doug takes some eye drops, puts in his eyes. He's gathering all his equipment. He's like, yo, I got a gig to go to. I'll be right back. Just chill here, and I'll be back soon. Doug runs out his door, hops in his beater of a car, makes sure he's everything, his turntables, his equipment, starts speeding over to the high school. He's got his stuff. He barges into the gymnasium. You could hear his footsteps because it's dead silent in there. Everyone's just staring at him as he's in the gymnasium. He puts up his hand. He's like, my bad. I'm here now. He goes up on the stage, starts setting up. Principal walks up to him with his arms crossed. He's like, same old Doug, huh? Nothing's changed since high school. Doug's like, sorry, Mr. Franklin. I had some duties. My grandma was having some troubles, so I had to go help her out, and I completely forgot. And Mr. Franklin just shakes his head and walks away. Doug is starting to play some music now. Begins hyping up the kids, get them to try to dance. Slowly, the kids start migrating to the dance floor, start dancing. You see teachers walking around, telling kids to hold. They're dancing with hold each other at arm's length. Doug is playing some mainstream music, all non-explicit, the clean versions. Then he gets the idea that maybe he should sneak one of his tracks in there to see what the kids think. He just made a new song, so he sneaks it in there, but he completely forgot that it's very explicit and has some very sexual lyrics in it. So the song starts playing. All the teachers, their eyes dart at the stage and start staring at him. All the kids stop dancing and start looking at Doug. And Doug is vibing. He's got his eyes closed. He's just head nodding to his own music. He looks up. Everyone's just staring at him. And kids start booing. He's like, this song sucks. Then we see kids asking principals, the teachers around. He's like, eat what, like groceries? You see a kid asking a teacher, Miss Turner, what's a WAP? You see teachers covering kids' ears. Doug goes back to the mainstream music and just finishes up his gig. At the end of the event, see Principal Franklin giving Doug some money. Doug is counting it out. He's like, But teach, this is only half. Principal Franklin's like, well, you only played half a show, so you get half to pay. And Doug says, all right, well, next time, I promise I won't be late. And the principal says, there's not going to be a next time, Doug. And I think you should start looking for an actual real job, son, because this isn't going to work out. It's time to grow up. So they part ways. Doug is just shattered, walking with his head down. He returns home, opens the door to his apartment. Cole is just glazed over on the couch watching The Sopranos. Cole sees Doug. He's like, yo, have you seen this new show before? This guy, Tony Soprano, he's a gangster. Doug says, man, that's The Sopranos. That's an old show. And Cole's like, oh. And asks him, how did the gig go? And Doug says, horrible. Principal Franklin is still a douchebag. And then Doug says, pass the joint over. And Cole says, I just finished smoking it. And Doug says, well, roll the burrito then. So Cole, in the next sequence of events, rolls the fattest joint you guys have ever seen. And they start smoking this thing. And they fry themselves. And Cole starts talking to Doug, asking him, yo, have you heard this AI stuff? It's freaky. You can kind of impersonate your voice. And Doug says, kind of. Show me. So they start playing around with the software. First, they test it on themselves. They get the AI to say some words in their own voice back. And then there's like, yo, let's test this on some artists. They kind of get in a disagreement over what kind of artists they should test it on. Cole wants to do 21 Savage. Doug wants to do Drake. Doug forcefully makes Cole pick Drake. So Doug just writes up a quick little verse. They put it in the AI software and it spits it out and it sounds pretty good. And they make a TikTok account and Doug releases the snippet on the TikTok. Doesn't think anything of it and they both fall asleep. The next morning, Doug picks up his phone and looks at it and he has thousands of notifications from TikTok. And he looks on the TikTok, the snippet that he made of the AI Drake song has over 2 million views on it. He's freaking out. He's rubbing his eyes. Can't believe it. He's checking himself to see if he's still high or not. Nope. This is real. He goes to the living room, wakes up Cole, who's sleeping on the couch. He shows him the success they've had. And now they're both freaking out. Cole says they need to do more. They need to do more songs. Now, the story cuts to Drake, the artist. Drake is just chilling on the beach, on vacation, sipping on a drink. And his phone is getting blown up. Everyone's hitting him up. Lil Wayne, other artists, congratulating him on the song. Drake has no idea what they're talking about. Drake's manager calls him and says, I thought you were dropping the song in 2 weeks. And Drake's like, yo, this isn't my song. And that's not me. The manager's like, well, it sounds like you. Drake hangs up the phone, looks on TikTok, goes through the account. He sees the original video, which is ballooned up to 5 million views now. Here's the snippet of the song. He's like, who the fuck is user 1359876? Now it cuts back to our two friends. Cole tells Doug that he should finish the song. He should finish Drake's verse and put it on one of his songs and release it. And Doug is worried that he's going to get sued. He's going to get thrown in prison and all that. And Cole's like, it's all right. No one knows who Marshmello is. So we just got to rebrand you as an anonymous artist. And Doug's like, that's a brilliant idea. But what should we do? And Cole's like, yo, let's go down to a local costume shop. So they head there. They go through some costumes, just joking around, saying, oh, wear this Jason mask, Scream mask, Teletubby outfit. And they come across a purple bear costume in the back of the shop. They both look at each other, and they know that's the one. That's perfect. Doug takes a look at Cole, and he says, DJ Teddy Rose. Then there's a montage of events of them relabeling all their social media as DJ Teddy Rose. We see people start talking about it, making videos of it. saying that the mastermind behind this new Drake song is DJ Teddy Rose. It cuts back to Drake. Drake is looking at his phone. He's like, "Who the fuck is TJ Teddy Rose?" Cuts back to our two friends, and then what happens?
Doug is finishing a song that they started. Said the snippet. Now they're gonna have the whole thing, and this time, Doug is gonna be the main rapper on the song with Drake as the feature. As they post the song, they wait to see what happens with it. The views start to rack up. They cut back to Drake and his team as they want to release a new song. It's already been a couple days, but instead of waiting 2 weeks, maybe they should just go ahead and drop it. They go ahead and drop Drake's actual new song, but it doesn't pop. Only hits top 5. The AI song, however, remains at number 1. People in the comments are saying they prefer the song and the lyrics of the AI Drake instead of the real Drake. Drake is reading all the TikTok comments, getting more and more upset. He puts down his phone and yells out to everyone they're getting ready to wage war. Tells his manager to get on the phone with the lawyers and put an end to DJ Teddy Rose. The lawyers end up sending Doug a message via TikTok because they have no idea who he is or where he is. They tell him to stop or for else. But Doug replies with only the middle finger emoji with the words, "No one can stop the Teddy." And as retaliation, Doug, aka DJ Teddy Rose, decides to throw a pop-up concert. Put it on at the park, people come out, and for the first time, Doug is able to see everyone wearing the purple bear head. The purple bear head. He actually has fans. They care, they love, they applaud, they bop. They were there with him. Doug is feeling the love. There's no going back. As he performs, and for the first time, his music is actually hitting his audience. You see the phones go up like any other concert, filming him, filming the whole set. And off to the side, we see Cole standing there looking happy and proud as DJ Teddy hits the stage. Doug goes live on TikTok as DJ Teddy with his face blocked with the bare head and tells his fans thanks his fans for coming out, tells them how much he loves them. And guess what? There's going to be a second show, so stay tuned. And for those of you who are in Canada, the second show will be in Toronto. Back to Drake. Drake's team becomes alert that there's going to be a show in Toronto. Drake thinks this is personal now. This is his hometown, his city. This is beyond disrespectful. Because of the now influence of DJ Teddy Rose, someone tries to impersonate DJ Teddy and goes to the park in Toronto and throws a pop-up concert. People gather around not knowing any better, start to listen, start to jam. It's not as big, but hey, they're there. The message gets back to Drake that lo and behold, DJ Teddy is in town at a park nearby. Drake shows up and runs over to the stage. He kicks over all the gear and starts to wail and beat on who he assumes is DJ Teddy. The head pops off. People think it's actually DJ Teddy. He's saying, "I'm not him," but Drake doesn't care. He keeps beating him. The audience starts to yell at Drake, calling him a hater. "Don't be mad that the AI version of you is better." Drake gets upset and turns to the fan that said it the loudest. Starts to wail on them too. Toronto PD arrests Drake and bring him into jail. He asks for his one call and he gets it. He gets on the phone with his manager, and the manager tells Drake that they combed through the videos from the original concert and they were able to figure out on the side of the stage is a man that they think is friends with DJ Teddy Rose. Drake tells him to find out who it is. And once they do, kidnap the friend. And then they'll find out who the real DJ Teddy is. Teach him a lesson. We go back to Doug and Cole. They're making more music when Doug finds out that Drake has just gone to jail over beating up someone that was dressed up in the same purple teddy bear outfit. Doug asks Cole if they should stop, but Cole replies, "This is perfect. You're in a rap beef. This is perfect marketing. All we have to do now is just create a diss track, and then we'll go to number 1 and get more people." So that's what they do. Doug creates another track, but this time they make an AI version of Meek Mill. This song goes number one. Drake gets released from jail and sees the song floating around online. He gets more and more upset. And as a car passes a group of people listening to the song, he sees on their shirt, it says Drake's a hater, as their merch is starting to reach around the world. The manager tells Drake not to worry, though. They found out who the man next to the DJ was. His name is Cole, and they know exactly where he lives. We cut back to Cole. Cole is leaving the Chinese food spot when all of a sudden some men come up behind him and bag his head. As they push him into the Maybach, he's telling them not to eat his orange chicken. They tell him to shut the fuck up, and Cole just wants just one bite of his chicken. They drive him off into the night and bring him to a nondescript location. They wrestle him into the studio, into a dark room, where Drake sits in the big chair as if he's Mafia Don, the Don boss himself. Pull off the mask, and Cole's face to face with Drake. At that point, he relaxes. He goes, "Come on, man. I know you know about that life. You're the guy from Degrassi." A tear falls from Drake's eyes. He walks over to Cole and tells him, "You're going to tell me who DJ Teddy Rose is, for else." Cole tells him to stop being a little hater, and that's why they made those shirts. DJ Teddy Rose has done nothing to him. If anything, he's helped him. With this rap beef, they both get a little something in the end. But Drake doesn't want to hear it. One of his goons steps over and takes a picture of Cole. They Photoshop the picture and make it look like Cole has his hands tied up behind his back. He's bloodied and beat up in a field full of flowers with a dug grave next to him. Drake sends this message via TikTok to Doug and tells him to come over to this address, or else it will only be money in the grave. His friend will be in there too. Please come. Doug is worried. He looks at his phone. He said, "What the hell is going on? Where's Cole?" Tries to call him. No reply. As Doug sits and contemplates what he's going to do in order to get his friend out of the situation, perfect idea pops into his head. He opens up TikTok, clicks on to go live, and tells his followers he has a surprise for them soon. He awaits as the viewership goes up and up. He hops on and tells them, "Hey, everyone, show up to this location. We're doing a pop-up concert now." And just like that, hundreds of other people's TikToks of them running to this location, trying to scamper to get there. They all got their teddy bear mask on, some of them with the full-on outfit. They arrive at the location. Someone from Drake's crew tells Drake, "Hey, you guys see this?" Drake walks over to the window, looks outside. Hundreds of the audience members, fans of DJ Teddy, are outside waiting to hear something. Doug, aka DJ Teddy, hops on TikTok again and says, "And guess what? We're going to have a special guest for you guys tonight." This only excites the fans. Drake can hear them roaring outside as they're waiting for something to happen. Drake opens the door and tells everyone they need to leave, but they just think he's the special guest. The audience starts to tell him to rap their favorite song, which is the AI song. Drake tells them to trip and closes the door. They start to bang on the door. They want him to come out. While this is happening, Doug has Operation Save Cole underway. He's dressed up in his purple teddy bear costume and blends in with the audience. Stupidly, they put Cole away in a room by himself. Doug is able to get to him and free him from his bondage. Cole says, "Man, what's going on out there?" Doug tells him, "Don't worry, but we have a concert to throw." "Right now?" "Yes, let's go." DJ Teddy steps back outside and begins to rap his verse. Everyone draws closer. They're having the times of their life. One of Drake's crew tells him, "Yo, the real DJ Teddy is out there now. We need to get him." Drake and his crew rush outside. But as Drake gets up to DJ Teddy, lo and behold, Drake's part comes up. The audience looks over at him. DJ Teddy offers up the mic. Drake has a decision to make. Does he beat the living crap out of DJ Teddy and find out who he is? Or does he keep his fan base and his audience from hating him? Drake decides to take the mic. He performs his part of the song. hitting every lyric, the audience singing back to him. Drake looks out. They really love this verse. They love this song and they love him, even if it isn't actually him that created that song. They finish the whole set. Drake invites DJ Teddy inside and he goes in there and they begin to talk. But Drake decides there can only be one Drake. There's no room for an AI Drake. The crew takes DJ Teddy in the back and tunes him up. When DJ Teddy reemerges, he's no longer in his costume. He needs to get back home, butt naked since they took it from him. Cole, as well, has been beaten up and bloodied. And as they walk down the streets together, they talk about how they finally did it. They finally made it to the top. The end. What an absurd story.
What a story. What a story.
I think, Kev, if you don't mind me saying, for a first off the top draft of a full on story based on having to use Purple Teddy Bear, A Field of Flowers, Soprano, Herb, Wage, Disagree, and so on, that we were able to make a story that was, I think, was rather entertaining.
I thought it was really
I
good.
think with a couple more passes, it can get funnier and crazier.
Honestly, I thought it was super funny considering, well, I don't really watch comedy movies that much. I don't know about you, but we don't even write comedies that much.
No,
So this is
this is my
like our
first crack at
first,
a comedy.
yeah. So I think for a first crack, that was pretty good.
Usually we're over here writing a drama or some kind of violent story,
Right.
overtaking of a story. But this, like, I can see this working. As absurd as it is, it works.
I was it, like everything, like all the absurdity, like worked perfectly.
I think
Like it
it could
made
be pushed
sense.
a little bit more absurd. I think the ending could be tightened. I think in the middle, when you have these sequences with Drake getting more and more upset, like that whole part can be ratcheted up more. But the funny thing is, you create something like this, and then you go and you turn around because Drake can act, obviously. And you're like, Drake,
Right.
you gotta be in this. You gotta be in this film. I feel like he's someone that, with the right pitch and the right person to present it, he might be game in something like this.
Probably. I mean, that's hilarious. Like super funny.
Who I have played DJ Teddy? I would want to get who would I put as DJ Teddy. I would want Lil Dicky to be DJ Teddy, but that might be too like, oh no, he already
Oh, that would be
actually showed
funny.
Dave, but like Lil Dicky as DJ Teddy would be hilarious.
He'd be perfect for that. Yeah, him and his hype man. Gator.
I
Gator could play Cole.
I think he'd be perfect for this. Matter of
Oh
fact,
man,
if
that
we
was
had Lil Dicky, I'm pretty sure we can make it even that more funnier because
oh of course.
he's freaking so funny.
Oh, that was hilarious. Alright. Now we gotta generate our AI story.
So let's
I don't know how this AI story is gonna pop up.
AI might come up with some lyrics.
But we're oh, you know what?
It
We
can.
should make it come up with some lyrics. That would be so funny.
Oh man,
Alright,
let's see what
well.
AI does. You listening, we'll read to you what Chat GPT has written.
Can you create a story using the words expenditure, wage, herb, soprano, and disagree as words or themes in the story? Also incorporate purple teddy bear and flower. I mean, should we give it like comedy, Drake, and all
I'm
that
almost
too?
tempted to do that just because I'm curious. So typically we don't, for those listening, we only give AI the parameters that we were given. However, I feel like I'm more curious to see
Yeah.
what it
All
can
right,
do with
make
the
this
same
a
subject.
comedy. You know, I'm gonna give it a lot. Make this a comedy about a, a DJ
Trying to make it
make
an industry,
trying to make it.
trying to pop off. Make sure it
He
puts Drake in there. Put rapper Drake in there.
yeah, he uses AI software to impersonate the rapper Drake as parts of his own songs as features to his own songs. The story. Hold on, please write a Drake verse
Here we go.
in part of the story.
If it
Have
actually
this
does,
have the story be a continuous game of cat and mouse between it's
Between the DJ and
it's
Drake.
the DJ and Drake. All right, this is the most
Wait.
specific.
So impersonates rapper Drake, right? I think we should
Yeah.
also spell out that like Drake's upset. Like Drake is trying to find out who the DJ is for revenge,
Okay.
for revenge or something.
And Drake is upset and wants to find out who the DJ is to get revenge.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, this is more or less what we wrote. Let's see what it comes up with.
Yeah, usually we wouldn't give it this much detail because this is all we came up with all of this out of the blue. So usually we just give it the words and the pictures to see what the AI comes up with. But now we're giving it basically our story. See if it comes up with a better version of our story. All right, let's
Let's
see.
see.
Let's go. Oh, it's
Already,
already in
right. We're
Toronto.
already putting this in Toronto. The DJ named Eddie. Ah, man. It already failed on that account. DJ Teddy Rose is funnier.
DJ Teddy Rose.
So right now we're waiting for the AI bot to write out the story. It's really going at it. I mean,
It's doing this fast.
yeah.
Usually it's kind of slow. I'm waiting for the verse.
That's what, yeah. I still don't believe it'll do one, but we'll see. Maybe at the end, it's like they all come together. Oh, here it
Oh, here
is.
it is. Oh my god.
Kevin, when you read this, you better keep that flow.
I'll try. No promises, but
You
I
have
might just
to.
start laughing, honestly. I don't know if I can read that with a straight face. I'm gonna be honest. I already know I'm gonna start laughing.
All right.
Oh, alright. It's
AI.
finished.
What is it named?
It's AI DJ and Drake Rivalry is the title. This AI gave the story. Okay, so once upon a time in the bustling city of Toronto, there lived a struggling DJ named Eddie. He had spent his days working a minimum wage job at a local herb shop to fund his dreams of becoming a world renowned DJ. His apartment was filled with vinyl records, an impressive collection of music equipment, and a peculiar purple teddy bear named Sir Snugglesworth that he had won at a carnival. Desperate to make a name for himself, Eddie had a ingenious idea. He would use a state of the art AI software to impersonate the famed rapper Drake and create exclusive features for his own songs. Eddie figured this was not only cut down on the expenditure of hiring real artists, but it would also skyrocket him to fame. In his small makeshift studio adorned with various flowers that gave it a delightful aroma, Eddie got to work. The AI software was surprisingly efficient, and before long, Eddie's new tracks were making waves in the music industry. People were amazed by the uncanny resemblance to Drake's voice, and they couldn't help but laugh at the comedic twist in the songs. However, word of Eddie's creation eventually reached Drake himself. Furious at the impersonation and determined to unmask the DJ behind the charade, Drake embarked on a quest to find Eddie and exact his revenge. Little did he know Eddie had anticipated this, and the two would engage in a continuous game of cat and mouse, each narrowly avoiding the other's grasp. Meanwhile, Eddie's reputation continued to grow as he played at local clubs. He even managed to snag a gig as a DJ for a prestigious opera event where a talented soprano would serenade the crowd. There, Eddie decided to play one of his new songs featuring the AI generated Drake verse.
Here we go.
Started from the bottom, now I'm here, mixing beats with the herbs and the cheer. Comedy in my rhymes got the people laughing, but I'm on the hunt for the DJ. Ain't no slacking. The crowd erupted in laughter, unaware that the real Drake was in the audience, fuming at the mockery. But as he tried to make his way to the stage, a sea of purple teddy bears, gifts from the opera guests, blocked his path. In the days that followed, Eddie and Drake continued their game of cat and mouse. Eddie would leave behind flowers at every gig, taunting Drake with the scent of the herbs he sold. As Drake's attempts to catch Eddie grew increasingly elaborate, the story of their rivalry spread far and wide, eventually becoming a beloved urban legend. Eddie, the DJ who had once struggled for recognition, found himself at the center of an epic comedic tale. As for Drake, he would come to realize that the chase was not only entertaining, but also added an unexpected twist to his career. In the end, the two artists would learn to disagree amicably, their rivalry making them both legends in their own right. Well, That wasn't too bad, but
Nah, man, that's not it.
it doesn't even come close.
That's not even funny.
Yeah, it wasn't that funny. It was funny that they basically turned Drake into a comedy rapper
Right.
with his lyrics.
I
That
love
was
how
clever. That was
AI
funny.
talked about itself as being, so amazing and whatnot. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
isn't that a self awareness? I think we still hold
No
on
way.
to this one.
No
I'm not
way.
saying what we wrote was perfect and clean, and there's some logic issues, but
Our story was
still
hilarious
set
from
up for
beginning.
something hilarious.
Absolutely hilarious. But now we got to come up with a title
Oh
to
boy,
put the cap on our own
we
story.
do have to come up with a title.
Could be just
DJ Teddy Rose,
or
Drake's Revenge,
AI Drake back to back.
Aubrey's Room.
Aubrey's room. Oh man. DJ Teddy Rose.
Back to back. Maybe
Back to back.
because what was it? It was what back to back for Drake's song or his diss track,
Yep.
and then we add a third back.
Back to back to back.
It's just as absurd as the story.
I'm cool with that. That's funny.
Okay.
Back to back. That's our story with DJ Teddy Rose and Drake the rapper. Well, there you have it, folks. First comedy, end of our story. And I hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you all for tuning in. And we'll talk next week. Episode 22. Whole new set of words, whole new set of pictures, and a whole new story.